Hey guys, you got Seb Brandt again. I'm here with Phil Faulkner, and so what we're going to do today is the point of this video is really to share with you why we decided to use MLSP, aka My Lead System Pro, why we've suggested that you should use it, why we recommend it, and really why it's the best resource out there for anyone who's looking to market anything online, to establish credibility in any niche, to generate leads online, to build a network marketing team. If you're a network marketer, really it can be a platform that you can use to establish that credibility and brand yourself, even if you're brand new. Okay, so it really helps you to not only give you the skills but the tools as well. So over to you, Phil, if you want to talk a little bit about your experience with MLSP and some of the great things that happened to you because of it.
Awesome, Seb. Awesome. Guys, super excited. I mean, there's three things that we want to share with you. But before we do that, just to tell you a bit about myself, I know we've probably already connected. I built my network marketing business when I was involved. I had over 3,000 customer orders going through there, almost 1,000 distributors with turnover $500,000 every single year. But I built that all offline, a very manual way, a very time consuming and energy zapping way. And the reason I shared that with you is because that's not easy to do. But the reason mainly I share that with you is because I came across Seb because of the branding and the figure of authority status that MLSP gave him. I wasn't aware of this system at the time. This was way back in 2014, Seb.
Yeah.
But when I come across Seb, his engagement on Facebook, his positioning, he had a website. I was very, very blown away by what this system did for him. And, the crazy thing was, he Seb didn't and hasn't reached the heights that I did in network marketing, but that's the beauty of this system. It gave him that perception as a figure of authority that we want for you. This is why we are endorsers of this system. So Seb, share really roughly before we go into those three things that we want these guys to do, starting out with this system, what MLSP has done for you over the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, my story with MLSP is, so basically the system started, the community began back in 2008. So the system's been going for a while now. And I joined, I would say, back in 2009, 2010. And I've always kind of been, affiliated in some way with the company. And so what it allowed me to do was when I was building my business through, mostly on the internet. I've not done that much offline stuff, as Phil says. It's mainly been online. And I was struggling in my network marketing company back in 2010. And so I was looking for ways to, try and build my business. Okay. And so I came across MLSP. I saw it as a way that it could teach me some marketing strategies to help me to get more qualified prospects without having to go out there and do offline stuff. I still don't really like doing offline stuff. It's just my preference. So I decided to look online and look for ways that I preferred to do to prospect and to promote my business. So I came across MLSP, and really what it's allowed me to do, as Phil says, is develop my own brand. And so, I kind of had a phase where I was testing out different network marketing companies, really seeing which one was a fit for me. But all the while, I was building my own brand. And so people were joining me and not my company. And so what was happening was, if I was joining a company and I decided it wasn't a fit for me, or if they made some kind of change to the compensation plan, or, it just wasn't really in alignment with what I was doing anymore, then, I would obviously choose a new vehicle, a new system or program perhaps, but people were sold on me. And that's really the goal of MLSP, is to help you to brand yourself. It's not to help you brand MLSP, guys. You can customize the system completely to develop your brand and develop you Inc. Okay, or you Limited, or whatever you want to call it. It's your brand that people are buying into, and it's your brand that people see wherever you go. It's not your company. It's all about you. Okay, so the more you develop your own brand, the less you have to rely on other companies trying to, protect you, or, make decisions to try and support you and that kind of thing. You want to really be building your own business. Okay. With network marketing, as Phil knows, you're in a business that you don't actually own, and you're not one of the board of directors, so you don't have a lot of control over it. So a lot of different things can happen that could affect your income, it could affect how many people are in your team. And so really, by building your own brand and your own list, which we'll talk about as we go on, and as you go through the system, you'll learn about building your own list as well, which is super important. Really, I was able to build up a large brand, which was my brand. And so that's really been great for me. And so instead of me being a figure of authority in a particular company, I've been able to go to multiple different companies, multiple different affiliate programs, and still retain that brand. And so, exactly as Phil says, even when I wasn't achieving a lot of success and I was just starting out and just figuring things out, that people were perceiving me to be a leader just because of how MLSP positioned me. So that's been my experience with it, and where it's got me so far.
And this is exactly what we want for you guys. We want to build you. We want to help you build off of yourself, so you can then build your business. Because people buy people. So let's get straight into it. You're starting out with this. We don't want this to be an overwhelming experience. So there's 3 main things that we want to go through with you. But before we do that, what Seb's going to do, he's going to screen share the private Facebook MLSP community, which is going to be a resource for you if you can't reach me or Seb, if you've got any questions or whatever it is. So Seb, if you could just show them that private Facebook group and talk a bit through it.
Okay, absolutely. Let me just load that for you guys. So I'm guessing can you see my screen, Phil?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the My Lead System Pro community. So every time someone joins our team, we will add them into the MLSP Facebook group here. If for whatever reason you're not a member yet, then just search for My Lead System Pro in the Facebook search bar here. You should see the group and just request to be a member. They should add you within usually a couple of hours. And so this is what the group looks like. You can see there's a lot of members. There's also a lot of new members being added, so it's a very active group. The MLSP people who, the founders, the admins of MLSP post in this every single day to keep you updated with training webinars they do, some of the introduction webinars, which will help you to understand the ins and outs of MLSP, how to navigate everything. And so that's really useful when you're first starting out is, well, how do I find what I need to find? Well, MLSP will help you do that. Okay. And they've even got webinars every single Monday that will show you how to do that. Okay. So, first thing you need to do is be a member of the Facebook group in MLSP. And so, if for whatever reason, exactly as Phil said, if you can't reach us, or, you want to get other people's opinions and stuff, or even if you just want to come in here and just network with people, meet other, like-minded, quote unquote, members within the community. If you spot someone who's in your local area, for example, or just someone who you really get on with, then this is a great place to meet those kind of people, to find accountability partners, you name it, joint ventures, etc. So I highly recommend the Facebook group. Okay. So Phil, do you want me to jump back over to the membership site where I can show them how to get started and set everything up?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Seb. So what Seb's going to go through now, he's going to take you inside the system. Yours is going to look very similar to this. And there's 3 main things we want you to do. The first one, we want you to get through the getting started training. That's going to really get you familiar with all of the insides of MLSP. So you can set yourself up. You can start to understand some of the technical aspects as well. Then we're going to go into the new member orientation calls that happen on a Monday. And then Seb's going to be talking about, after you've done those 2 things, how you can set up your own website and blog so you can brand yourself, deliver content. Content is king, and really position yourself as that figure of authority. So Seb, where do they go to get started?
Absolutely. So this is the page you'll see when you first log on to My Lead System Pro. And so what you'll need to do, if you've literally just got started and you've come across this video, you need to go and check your email, as that's where your login information will be. If you have any problems whatsoever logging in, please contact the My Lead System Pro support team, which I'll show you towards the end of the video how to contact support. They will be able to help you with any technical issues. Phil and myself are not technical guys, so we will struggle to give you the best answer with regards to technical stuff. But the MLSP support are really good and very responsive. They'll come back to you within 24 hours if you're ever stuck on any aspect of the technical side of MLSP. So again, this is the homepage you'll see every time you log on. And all you do is at the top of every page, you'll see the new Start Here. Okay, and you want to click that button and just wait for it to load. And so this is what you'll see is some videos that will walk you through everything. It's similar to what we're doing now, except Miley System Pro will go a lot more in depth, and they will show you what you need to set up to make sure the system is coded to you, to make sure you get paid, to make sure you've got your branding set up. I would say to set everything up within Miley System Pro, just the basics, probably about 3 to 4 hours. But once it's done, it is done. You're ready to go out and start generating leads. So this step is really important. Don't rush through it. Make sure it's done properly. Otherwise, you risk not being paid or not generating leads properly into your own autoresponder. So it's very important you go through this. It will keep track of how far you're through the setup process. If you have to come back and or if you have to pause it and come back to it another time, it will actually keep track of everything. So just make sure to go through these steps here. It's really important that you do this. Otherwise, again, your system might not work properly until you do it. Okay. So yeah, next step is you'll see all these different tabs here. So what I'd recommend you do, I'm not going to go through them in this video, but once you log in, really spend some time, and I would just click on each and every one of these tabs and just see what all of them do. I mean, a lot of them are very, very self-explanatory, but your best bet is just to go through all of these and just click loads of the different links and just see what everything is. Okay, you're not going to mess anything up by doing that, but I just recommend you do it and just get a feel for the system. You really want to be familiar with how the back office works. And the more familiar you are, the more likely you're going to use it on a regular basis. And that's what we want. We want you to, we don't want you to just pay for this and not use it. We want you to pay for this and get as much value from it as possible and use it to get you sales and leads. Okay, so, the final step is to set up your blog within Miley System Pro. Okay.
Hey, Seb, what about the new member orientation? Where can they find that on the Monday webinar?
Okay, awesome. So I'll come back to the blog and I'll show you the course schedule for the Monday webinar that they do. So every single Monday, Miley System Pro do a webinar for new members. Okay, it's specifically for people who have just joined and want some help on how to navigate and where to find the important things. Okay, and so where you find that is if you scroll down to the training schedule, this has all of the webinars that MLSP do. So they do webinar pretty much every single weekday. And so you want to find the Monday webinar details, and this is the one you want. So it's always on a Monday, always at the same time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern, which to be honest with you, I think is 1 or 2 a.m. in the UK time. So if you can't make that time, then in a sec I'll show you where to get the replay of this. But if you can make at least one of these Monday night sessions, then it will be super valuable to help you set everything up. Okay, and the fact that it's a live webinar means if you have questions about how to do specific things in MLSP, they'll be able to answer the questions for you live on the call. But if you're not able to make that for any reason, it's not a problem at all, because you will go to marketing strategies, and at the bottom of this page, let me just scroll down. Okay, so these are all the different marketing strategies which you can go through and browse at your own time. But here's the most recent replays, webinar replays that MLSP have. And at the bottom, you'll see most recent Monday new member orientation recording. Okay, so if you just click it, then what you'll see is a video that loads, and it's just a replay here. Okay, so that's really important that you at least watch the replay if you're not able to jump onto a live session. Okay, so that's also going to help you with setting up the system correctly. If you're really stuck, get on that webinar. It'll help you out a massive amount. So going back to the blogs, okay, which is known as MLSP sites. So on this page, what you'll be able to do is watch these videos and get an understanding of how to set up a blog through Miley System Pro. Okay, and the advantage of doing it inside MLSP is that you don't need to know all the technical aspects to get it up and running. It will maybe take you an hour to get everything going with your blog so that you can start using it to create content and generating leads and massive attraction through it, which we will show you how to do within our training as well. Okay, so all you do is come over to my websites, MLSP sites. Now, guys, some of this is in beta. This was only launched a couple of months ago. So, if you do run into an issue, don't panic. Just let support know, okay? And there'll be lots of videos. There's a getting started cheat sheet you can download. More getting started videos. This will be your login information, okay? So just make sure you spend some time going through all this piece by piece. Don't rush it. Don't feel you have to do everything within one sitting. Break it up and do this properly the first time so that you won't have to worry about it when you're going out there and promoting it, okay? So hopefully that's everything covered so far for the new people, wouldn't you say, Phil?
Yeah, Seb, I tell you what, show them your blog, because your blog support you through this system, and I absolutely love what you've done with it.
Sure thing. Let me just, yeah, definitely. And in fact, I moved my old blog over to MLSP because I was actually saving money using MLSP's blog. It's all included in the cost. It's no extra. And you can see it looks really professional here. It's a very simple layout. This, again, took maybe 60 to 90 minutes to set up. And you can see this on the right-hand side. You can get this on your blog very easily. And I didn't even create this lead magnet here, guys. This is all linked up into My Lead System Pro. But when I generate a lead, it goes to my autoresponder. So that means it's my lead and it's branded to me, okay? And inside MLSP, they will show you how to do this. It's very, very simple. Installing this took like 2 minutes. And so you can really get up and running with a blog very quickly with MLSP without having to try and do HTML and learn graphics and do any of this crazy stuff. That doesn't make you any money, guys. It's just so you know. Going out there and promoting your offer and promoting what you have makes you money. And that's what we're all about. Would you agree, Phil?
100%, guys. So again, a blog is a platform that can help you stand out. People ask you how. MLSP is an affiliate program, so you can recommend this. You can always put them in our direction where we can help them get started in the group, things like that. We can point them in the right direction. But ultimately, you know what, guys, this will help you build you and your business. So I'm super excited. So guys, just to recap those 3 things, head over to the Facebook group. If you need any support in there, just post a post in there that anybody will help you readily. The second thing you want to do is get to the get started training, and you want to just spend the time and go through that sequentially. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Take it all in, take some good notes, set your system up for success. And then the final thing is you want to set your blog up. Okay, guys, you want to set that up. So if you do have any further questions, more than happy for you to reach out to one of us. And guys, let's absolutely crush this and get you to where you want to be. Seb, what do you reckon?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's great to have you on board. Welcome to the Insider community, and let's help you get results.
Awesome. Catch you later, guys.
Ciao.